EA Sports, within the game.
sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
You better believe, baby. You better believe.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now it's Burrow. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Burrow. Wide open receiver complete. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Gross. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. To the air again, Burrow. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Raiders are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The Raiders at 6-2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll set up a throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
They're going to look to throw. That one into the hands of Adams downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Walker now on 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 9 now. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now they go play action now. Burrow, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now Burrow. Oh, he's got him in. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here because maybe he just sensed.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's got a Bengals first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
First down, here's Burrow. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Burrow. Forced out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Touchdown! A big play there. 52 yards. And the Bengals have moved out in front. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done?
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
On the move past the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll get it inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gross. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
23 yards, the final tally. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins. With a touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Walker with another carry. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. So the penalty there winds up on the offense, so obviously it's declined, and we have a change of possession. And now here's a carry heading left. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Here's Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Big 13. Big 13.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. And McPherson on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 40 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He finds his man, complete. It's Gross. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on this.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bradley Chubb able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Dancing to his left. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, it's Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And my goodness, another interception. Daxton Hill picks it off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TD. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Steps away to his left. He finds his man, complete. It's Gross. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down, but a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. Right 80. Right side.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
And they will take a knee here. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?